So here we are. It is day 5. We are back to pull day. Back, biceps, rear delts, core, forearms, anything in between. A little bit rainy out today, but yeah, it is what it is. This new workout plan, a little bit different. Only doing 2 sets of each exercises, 3 exercises per body part. So, I'm hitting that rep range of about 12 sets per week. I might at some point up that because 12 to 20 sets per week is kind of ideal for hypertrophy, or so they say. So I'm trying to sit there in that, doing 20 reps per exercise. And even though the weights are feeling a little bit lighter on the way out, that's dedication, guys. Out here, it's freaking raining. Just running in a rain jacket. It's cold. And, yay for him. But start out with a little bit of lighter weight, and I mentioned this a little bit yesterday, is that it feels pretty easy. Like, what the hell is going on? But then you're starting to get up to that 15, 16 to 20 range, and you really start feeling the burn if the weight is appropriate. So you don't want to go too heavy to start and then build up. And this week is kind of a build-up week. You can call it a deload week where the weights aren't quite as high, but it gives me a good range of where I need to be at. So next week I am going to be increasing the weights, mainly by 5 pounds. Some are going to increase even more so, just for the fact that I went a little bit too light. But I want to hit that 20 rep set. So worst case scenario is you don't hit the 20 rep range, you don't increase the weight, and then you keep pushing until you hit that 20 reps. So like on the incline bench press, first thing, I did the first set of 20 at 135 pounds, and then the second one I only got 10 out of. So I'm going to keep it at 135, but I want to keep going for those 2 sets of 20, and try to get this next week. I'll try to get 11, 12 reps instead of just 10 on that second set. So, continuously, progressively overloading either the weights or the rep range to keep helping to promote muscle hypertrophy. But it's a rainy, chilly day. Not super chilly, surprisingly. It's about 40 degrees. They're supposed to get a big snowstorm like they did in Cleveland for that Pittsburgh-Cleveland upset last night. And that kind of brings up something. Cleveland was 2-8, Pittsburgh was 8-2, and everybody was like, "Oh, Pittsburgh's going to win," But the Browns came out and they fought and they fought. They never gave up, and that's pretty much an analogy for life. Just keep going, keep pushing. It's not the size of the fight in the dog; it's the size of the dog in the fight. So just keep pushing yourself and keep going, and don't let the odds overwhelm you. Let's get after it. All right, so I always do that already. Whatever. But starting out with shrugs, staying at the 225 pound range, and 2 sets 20. Let's do it. So those felt great. Next, we are on to high cable rows, starting at the top, pulling it down, trying to get that stretch on the extension and a really good contraction pulling backwards. Going to angle myself a little bit, like a 30 to 45 degree angle, to get a wider range of motion on this exercise. Let's have fun. Off to same exercises, but now we're going to drop it down low. So low cable row. This one I'm going to be a little bit more squared off too, and still get that little bit of twist to get that extra contraction at the end. Here we go. It's a nice up. I actually don't have these in my workout plan because I just totally forgot to put them in there. Go ahead and do face pulls. But if you remember, I did these the last pull day. I did them high, which focuses rear delts and a little bit of your middle traps. Now I'm going to bring them down a little bit, have a little bit more of a focus on the rear delts. So let's have fun with these 2 sets. Just gonna throw in something else. Oh yeah, gotta do rear delt reverse flies as well, but doing that on the cable machine. All right, now into the rear delt flies. Jeremy Ivory. I was watching him use the, I think he called it Molly, tracks the muscle synthesis or contraction or whatever. And these rear delt flies are supposed to be like maximum activation of the rear delt muscle. So that's why I like doing these. Plus they're kind of fun. All right, Zombie curls next. I'm going to do these as prescribed, not how I like to do them, because I know I'm going to be putting in some forearm work at the end. So starting out a little bit lower than I want to, 15 pounds. But my biceps are already kind of feeling it from those last few exercises that I've done. So, and everybody's got the 20s that I wanted to start with. So I'll start at 15. If that's way too easy, then I can move into the 20, maybe 25. I don't know. We'll fucking see. Sometimes there's benefits of all the weight you need being out is you go up a little bit and pushes you a little bit harder. So that was a struggle for 25s. So I think that's going to be my working weight on those. But yeah, sometimes you need that extra, no other fucking choice but to do it. So let's move on. One arm preacher curls. Doing this on the machine, a little bit of an angle. Really focus on that contraction. Concentrates on that bicep, doesn't bring the shoulder flexors in a whole bunch. So here we go. So we're going into low cable curls, basing curls, but a couple guys from the lacrosse team.
Yeah.
A couple guys from the lacrosse team are working on it. So I'm going to work in with them. So I'm going to do actually just basing curls, which are behind you, extending those biceps back, keeping the shoulder flexion stable, going on from there. So.
You guys have a spot in town?
Something other than good measure.
Yeah.
I heard it used to be really good, but the last 6 months it's gone downhill.
Yeah?
The executive chef left. That was me.
Oh. Well, there you go. Are you gonna get it? No, I'm not gonna get it. Yeah.
Got out of Lance Corporal, but I got a lot of trouble.
Sun's out, it's just pouring rain.
All right, so you guys are on the lacrosse team. They're so generous to let me work in with them. So those, I only got like 15 and 14 reps, so I want to keep it at 30 pounds. So that's a good thing also with working out with somebody else. So, but moving on to kettlebell swings, don't need to explain these. Did these yesterday, see you now.
Yeah. All right, so since my biceps are kind of torched,
excuse me, not going to do wrist twists, but I'll do T-Rex curls for forearms to finish out the day. And workout's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So. That was a really good workout. Definitely pushed myself a little bit more because, like I said, some of the weights were in use that I couldn't use, so I had to go up higher. Worked in with a couple gentlemen to, that's a double plural? Gentlemen's, more than one group of gentlemen, I don't know. But worked in with the gentlemen and pushed myself a little bit harder on there. Threw a couple extra exercises in there, did some T-Rex wrist curls. Keep working on the forearms. Yeah. That's it. I mean, I can ramble and I usually do, and I'm sure you're freaking bored of it. I don't even know how many people get this far into the video to even know, so I could probably say, you know, what the fuck ever. But I've kept this up for almost a year. It's November 22nd, so I have 39 days left of this year, and staying the course, pushing myself harder and harder every day. And I think I'm going to repost or like do clips of my first workout right next to my last workout of the year, just to see how that goes. So, but yeah, so that's it. You guys have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow.